it's more expensive than money. It's very much needed. This takes us to Africa. You think you have your freedom? No. If you had your freedom, I won't be here today. You just had your independence. You haven't gotten your freedom yet. Your freedom of wealth, your freedom of riches, your freedom of happiness. You don't have it. I will impact the youth. I want to change not only my country, but I want to change my color. And I'm not saying that I want to become Michael Jackson. No, I want to stay black. But I want the world to understand that black mentality can also be full of wisdom. It can also be full of achievement. It can also be full of great things. Most of these things that I've done that look so big for some people, I did it in 1 decade. Now, I don't know what to say and how God is going to elevate me in my next decade. But we're definitely taking steps together. I'm not alone. I don't stand alone. There is a great spirit. That spirit that is in you is in me. The only difference is you don't see it, but I see it. I am not alone. I want you to find that spirit in you and let it work for you. It can't be the pastor that put it in you. It's not going to be the teacher that put it in you. It's not just going to be somebody that will put that in you. You need to discover that yourself. And if you follow this principle, core principles, you are going to discover yourself. Please make sure before you die, you discover yourself. Even at your last year, when you discover yourself, remember me. I went from money and I elevated to another step what money couldn't buy: freedom. And that's my SID principle. Your freedom. You need this more than anything. See, a lot of people think when they get the money, everything will be okay. Lie. Get it and see. There will be more problems after the money than you ever expected. But freedom becomes the core principle, the SID principle that you need to make it to the 7th. If you make it to the 7th, you're truly God's son. Now, freedom. People underestimate what freedom is, because when you have freedom, you can't see the value. When you lose freedom, you will pay anything for freedom. Because you have it, you don't know. It's like the air you breathe. It's freedom. When you have the air that you're breathing, you don't pay for it. So you don't know. You don't value it. When you start running out of this breath now, you will pay anything to get this breath back. When you lose your chance of having this opportunity of speaking, the freedom of being who you are, if somebody took it away from you and you had 1 billion in the bank and they told you, give me that money and let me give you your freedom back, you will give it. So freedom, it's more expensive than money. It's very much needed. This takes us to Africa. You think you have your freedom? No. If you had your freedom, I won't be here today. You just had your independence. You haven't gotten your freedom yet. You need your freedom of thought, your freedom of wealth, your freedom of riches, your freedom of happiness. You don't have it. I am here to share that with you, to let you know how important this freedom is. I'm not here to tell you about the houses I built, all the cars I bought, all the watches I got. In fact, if I tell you about that, you're going to become my enemy. So I don't want to. I will share this cause with you. I want to share these principles with you. That freedom is the biggest thing for the black nation worldwide. This is what we need. This is what we need to restore our value back. We need that freedom of thought and freedom of wealth, being able to create our own, being able to build our children from scratch as business people and not workers, as industrialists and economists, self-made presidents and not a democratic president. I'm sorry, but I mean, this might just choke a lot of people all over Africa, but I just think that if we are going to be presidents, we have to be presidents by our own, from our own, not from someone else's constituency. One day, I pray that God changes this narrative for black people all over Africa and all over the world. It's part of the freedom movement that I would like to change. But then back to the freedom. I am saying that if you understand the value of this freedom, and I'm going to explain it. Most people think that when you become successful, you can be happy. No. Being successful doesn't necessarily bring happiness. Maybe you should find the happiness first, and it can lead you to success. This is freedom. When you know what you're capable of, what you know, when you know what you can contribute to society, the impact that you can bring to generations, you already have a value. You're free in the spirit, and you can do whatever you want to do. Even though they want to question you, you have no answers for them. God's grace cannot be questioned, period. And that's freedom. It's an eternal freedom. It's eternal. Nobody should take this. When you have this, anyone that have this from now onwards, it's either richer than freedom or as rich as me. Because you think my wealth is those things? No. No, it's not those buildings. I told you I did all that in 1 decade. It's not. It's materials. It's buildings. It's cars. I'm not going to be buried with this. I'm not going to take this value with me. I will leave it behind. But one thing that I'm going to leave with you, that you will remember me for a legacy, is these principles I've shared with you today. It's my investment to you. It's very important that I could have given you money, you will spend it. I can give you a ride, but tomorrow you jump on a trusty. I could do anything, and it won't last with you for even a couple of days. But these words will probably even stay with you and your spirit when you're in heaven. I am with you. I am with you. This is my value for you as a black man. I stand for you. I live for you. I stand by you. I know you're wrong. I know you're good. I know you're bad too. I know you betrayed me. I know you said some good things about me. But regardless what it is, I am what you are, and you are what I am. And I know thyself through you. So I value you. I